Hello Tankers, Major Hawkins, welcome back to my channel. American Master Race, or American Masters as I called this video. A lot of the American Tech Tree tanks are well known for their very strong turrets and also kind of strong upper plates on their hull, but weaker lower plates, and obviously weak rears of their hull armor. The T110E5 is a great hold-down tank, a great brawling tank, I would say, and has, I think it was 8 degrees of gun depression. And I just really dig the 110E5. I've had it for a long time. It was my second Tech Tree tier 10 I got in the game, and I have the 250 battles in it, and I just mastered it just the other day. And within 4 days, I also aced the T110E4. So I figured I would put both of those tanks in the same video here. So just going to go through the replays I have on them. And I think the T110E4 or E4 is the more interesting of the videos, actually. Yeah, I have the rating camo on this. On Ghost Factory, together with Old Man Grumpy. The T110E4 is a solo game. So this battle here, the enemy team only have one STB or one medium tank, and you see the T110E5. A lot of you guys probably have it already. It is quite mobile. It's not the fastest of heavy tanks, but it's fast enough to get there. And since nothing is spotted on this side here, I want to cap this base, because as it seems like the entirety of the team is on the other side, and just scanning for my team is not, it seemed like they were not dying that fast, but the gorilla there was going really offensive and going kind of front line, so he died quite fast. And as I said, it is a discussion I have from time to time whether I want to cap or not, but in this game here it will actually be interesting that I did do the cap. So we're pushing in from the flank here, Old Man Grumpy and me, and I'm still wondering about the M48 pattern, which is in the back of us. Why he's not coming with us, and now he's claiming SOS, and like I'm quite busy here, so I didn't notice that until after the game that the M48 didn't move up with us. So in the last video I talked about prioritizing your targets, and as you saw, I did shoot the Jägeroo before I went to shoot the VK901. That was because I had an easy shot on that, and then I could clear the and Old Man Grumpy had an easy shot on the VK90, and then I could clear him afterwards. So the remainder of the game would actually be in here inside the factory. I'm just gonna pop outside, and then I'm gonna come back inside and do the remainder of the game. You see we're down on cap points here, or down on bases, but we're up on cap points. And see this little crack here, actually get a pretty lucky shot through there, and now he's a one-shot in the Badger. Unfortunately, he backs up. I am spotted. So I was hoping for him to come back out, and I could get another shot through here, and unfortunately I missed that. So the STB is YOLOing now for the Death Star, who's on reload, so that's why I popped my adrenaline to get him done. I thought I popped my adrenaline, no. 3 versus 3, they are two very healthy heavy tanks. The 60 TP just shot, and that's why I'm going forward here, otherwise don't go up with your entire side. So he's on a long reload here. The Kranwagen, obviously a clipper. So I want to get rid of the Badger, who's a one-shot, and then I want to stay safe from the 60 TP. Old Man Grumpy here is thinking about going down to cap, but you see the 48 pattern has capped behind us, so we're up on caps now, but a little bit behind on points, but that will leave it out in just a minute. Unfortunately, my shot here on the 60 TP hits the Kranwagen for a track shot, which was unfortunate. And now popping my adrenaline. So not gonna trade with this guy, or try not to trade with them. I got a lucky bounce there because I'm showing my lower plate. And I'm telling Old Man Grumpy that I will take care of the Badger, but unfortunately I fluffed that shell, and that was just a really poor trade, right? So I suffered 750, and Old Man Grumpy, he lost 1,000 from the Badger and the Kranwagen, and now he's dead. So it's really unfortunate for us. So we need to play this safe here because we have cap points. But the Pitbull there is a full life. So I'm thinking, okay, now we have them crossfire. So just stay down there and give them some hard time. The problem here is that you don't want to separate your tanks because then the enemy can push on one of you. But if you just stay in the vicinity, and again, he's doing some odd plays here. In the beginning where he didn't even come into A cap with me, and he was standing there for a long time before he pushed forward. It was kind of weird. And now he was full health just a minute ago, and now he's quite unhealthy. So really unfortunate here. The Crownwagon seems like he's shooting his last shell every time. So again, he was in a 10 point something second reload. So this position here is quite nice, except that the Crownwagon with his 10 degrees of gun depression can push down. I don't want the Pitbull to push up because he's a 2-shot, a possible 1-shot to the 60 TP. And that's why I'm trying to tell him to please come back. Try to take his track here on the 60 TP to track him out there. So again, he's not prioritizing the 60 TP because he is the hard hitter. I want to get rid of that 60 TP first. The Kranwagen could with a lucky high roll, he could clear me. Again, a track shot that misses. And now he's on a long reload. It's too late for me to go out because the 60 TP is probably reloaded already. So points are taking up, we're getting really, really close, and I don't want the Pitbull to push out, and that's why I'm blocking him here. So I'm trying to get him to stay here and not push out and getting himself killed, because if he doesn't kill the Kranwagen, then obviously I'll get YOLO'd and die. So not the most interesting of games. I kind of wondered afterwards why it wasn't a mastery game, but I think that's because I capped the A base early on. We did quite good at the end there. Again, I would have liked for the Pitbull to stay down and kind of have them on crossfire. The thing about leaving your team is don't leave your team, but you can stay in the vicinity of your team and then still be a threat to the enemy team. If they push forward, then you can have them from behind. So this here, the second game I'll show you with the T110E4 doesn't have the same amount of gun depression. I only think it's around 6 degrees or so. Maybe even less, I can't remember. I usually don't drive it in hilly terrain. It has a great upper plate, it has a great turret. The cupular actually became smaller at the last update when it got PBR. You have the 90 degrees of turret traverse, which is quite nice. The track wheels are similar to the T110E5, so they're quite weak, and you can shoot them through the track wheels. And I think I did that on the other video I just put up the other day with the VK90 on Normandy. So capping a base early on again here, and then pushing off to this side here. The enemy team again only have one medium, and we don't have anyone going to that side. You see actually that their medium, the STB here, is on our side. So being a corner picking, heavy hitting tank destroyer, I'm thinking, okay, I have the whole team back here, and I don't think I'm spotted, so I'm just gonna go out here. And unfortunately, I was thinking about shooting an HE, but I didn't have the angle to do that. And then trying to back into cover because I have those two in the back here who can cover me, and that way they won't be able to push on my back, but they can push up here. And I have some cover fire from the back, and I have some cover fire from my left side here. So except the AMX-50 there just killed himself by standing up there in the open while he had a clipper and all sorts of trouble coming his way. So I'm thinking actually here I'm dead because the T-57 is pushing out, but apparently he's getting shot from the Progetto and the WC-111, so he's thinking about going that way. And look at that. What a nice ass. Nice behind. 998. Not even a high roll. It doesn't look too good. We are down on cap points, and we're down on one tank. And I can't quite shoot that with an HE, but he's on a long reload here. And now my entirety of my team is dead, so I have to push forward here in order not to put myself on a crossfire. The MX-50B there is a one-shot to me. Just wanna aim on his turret and kill him. Thinking about where I want to go, but I have a lot of targets, or a lot of dead tanks here between me and the Type 68, and that makes it quite safe for me to push up because he will have some trouble aiming at my hull here. And that was a really great shot from the 60 TP. Heat through the side of the turret there on the Type 68. WC clears him, and now only the grill and the object left. So you may be wondering who's been capping all the bases, and I tell you, yeah, it's the tortoise. So with a 20 kilometers top speed, the tortoise have actually been capping A base and maybe also B base before he was going all the way through our spawn, and that's where we're going to find him. Coming up from our spawn between 1 and 2 up towards C, and driving out here because we need to cap those bases, or at least one more, which the WC-113 is capping right now, and I'm saying, okay, I'm going for A because we don't know where he is, and then he shows up. It's kind of an odd one out there. And I'm thinking, okay, I've done okay so far, so if I can get just 1 or 2 shots more in, that would be nice. I should have time for another one, and I'm looking at my damage done, and I think, oh, wow, I can make 5k. Look at that gun. Look at the gun. Look where I aim compared to his gun. And that was just, I suck. I suck so hard. So I'm going forward here to try to bait him and then get the last shot in, but unfortunately the 13 kills him. And I was so mad at myself because I fluffed that shell shooting his gun instead of just aiming at the other side of the hull. That was kind of annoying. So I could have had 5k. But anyway, it was my first mastery in it, so that made me happy. 60p and the 13 did a great job as well there. So that was all for American Masters. 2 great tanks. I love the E4, I love the Alpha, and the mobility is not that bad. Just you're lagging a little bit on the gun depression. Yeah, 6 degrees. Whereas the E5 is just it's a great all-round tank. I do drive it with the sandbag armor and also with the protective kit because it has a tendency to lose its driver, and then it's becoming really sucky when it does that. So let me think in the comments down below what you think of these tanks and how you like the American tech tree. That's all from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the weekend, and stay safe. Happy tanking. See you soon. Bye bye.